An issue that often arises with double hung windows such as these is that when you push, particularly when you push the bottom sash up, it comes crashing down. Often you're pushing it up because you're cleaning down below, but you also need to unhook the screen. And if you're not ready for it, if you're not ready for the fact that the sash is going to come crashing down, you could hurt your fingers. It could crush your fingers a bit. So often in that situation, you might use something like I don't know, a piece of wood or something to hold the sash up to stop it from crashing down and enable you to do all the things that you need to do. But something that's useful to know is that there are times, I mean, it depends on the design of the screen, because if you're only lifting the sash up in order to unclip the screen, there are a few different designs, and depending on the design, you may not even need to lift the sash up in order to release the screen. There are some screens that are hooked in, and so the only way you're going to be able to unhook them, unless you cut a hole in the fly wire, is to actually lift up the sash. But this design is a bit different. So all you need to do on this one, these ones are held in differently. It's not your typical hook. I'll give you a close-up in a moment. But first, I will just demonstrate the fact that if I try and pull this screen out, it's not coming out. So it's securely in place. But if I just pull it to the side, that will unclip it for me. And I'll be able to lift it up and out of the way. And be able to then get behind the screen to clean the window. So all I need to do is pull the screen a little bit, as you saw, really just a centimetre or so, even less, and I've been able to release it. And I use this pole actually to hold it out of the way so I can work. And something useful about this pole is it's actually broken. There's a hole at the bottom. Since there's a hole at the bottom, it's very easy for me to position it in such a way, that it won't move and it will hold the screen out of the way. So let's take a close-up. Now all I did was shift the screen to the side so that the hook came away from the catch. And since this is not a hook and eye design, but a hook and catch design, it was very easy just to shift the hook to the side of the catch and thereby release the screen. As I showed earlier, I used my pole to keep the screen out of the way, one end against the window and one end with the hook inserted into the hole at the end of the pole. Something else that is relevant that only just occurred to me is the fact that sometimes the issue isn't lifting up the sash and having it fall down and land, you know, hard on your fingers. Sometimes the issue is you can't lift it up because it's jammed in some way, or it's painted in or something like that. And often it takes a lot of effort, and I've seen people go to great lengths to try and, you know, get a sash, lift up a bottom sash. So the handy thing about what I've just demonstrated is that sometimes there's just no need to go to that sort of trouble, and you may not need to cut a hole in the fly wire either. It's just a very simple matter of just pulling the screen to the side, and that will release the screen. Another great thing about the hook and catch design is that in order to put the screen back, you don't need to reverse what you did to unhook it. Simply hold the screen up a short distance from the window, let go, and the hook will get caught behind the catch again.